What's going on, everyone? Well, I made this video to share a story about my life, and I know it stands out, and I know it's not convincing, so a lot of people are gonna be kind of, eerie about, believing me, but it's true. I got DNA proof, and I just want to get my story out there. I'm writing a book called The Forgotten Prince, and it's based off of my life and where my bloodline comes from, and I'll get to it right now. So basically, my father is a member of the royal family in Saudi Arabia. He's a billionaire, millionaire, whatever, I'm sure he has, a lot of money. I've been told he was in the billions. I've also been told he was in the millions. So I don't know which direction to, I don't know what to say on that part, but I know he has money. He grew up in a 64-room mansion. My great uncle was King Fahad. And, I'm here to just share what I, experienced. So my dad, he came out here to go to school. He met my mom. They were in a 3-year relationship. And around that time, he was forced to go back to Saudi Arabia and marry a woman who he didn't even know. So he went out there, he got married. He came back out here to Sacramento, California. And he continued to see my mom. And that's when he got her pregnant. And when she was in labor with me at the hospital, my dad refused to sign my birth certificate, and he told her not to tell anyone about me. He said it had to be a secret. He cried to her. He's like, I'll be killed, So, my mom didn't want, she loved him, and she didn't want to see nothing happen to him, so she didn't say nothing. And she wasn't, she wasn't tripping that he didn't sign my birth certificate. So anyways, throughout my childhood, he would call me on the phone, he'd whisper to me and tell me he loved me. And my mom would always tell me he was just a high up ranking millionaire prince. And, I didn't even believe it. I didn't know how to take that, And she'd even tell my friends and stuff. And, I'd just tell my friends, she's crazy, don't listen to her. And they would just laugh like, ha ha ha, yeah, I believe you, your mom's crazy. It was just like, fuck. I throughout my whole life, I didn't want to tell people. And, what inspired me to write a book is everything I've been through in my life, I ended up going to prison for being attacked with a broken beer bottle, and I got 5 years and a half for it. And within that time period, I made it a set goal to find my dad. I was like, when I get out of prison, I'm going to find him, Like what happened was, when I was 11 years old, my mom ended up changing our phone number because she was kind of scared my dad was going to kidnap me. He really wanted to take me, and he was telling my stepdad that he wanted to take me. And I ended up talking to him on the phone, right? I talked to him on the phone, and I asked him, are you really a millionaire prince? And he said, yeah, and if you come out here, you'll be rich too. He's like, you're royalty. He's like, I'll make you richer than me. And I was just like, wow, I was flattered that he was even saying that, He said I could have exotic animals, I could have whatever I wanted, He was told me I could have the world if I went out there. And my mom wouldn't let me go, and I was kind of scared to go too, because, I heard it was, it was strict out there, and, I wouldn't, be a happy kid. I was used to America, America's the land of the free, I'm say, Saudi Arabia is a lot stricter, So I'm half Arabic, I'm half white. Everyone thinks I'm Mexican, but no, my mom's white, my dad's Arabic. He came out here to go to school, and that was it. And yes, I am a blue blood. That don't make me different from no one else. We're all equal in this world. But I do want to get my story out there. I do want to be heard. So I'm hoping this video will go viral. I'm gonna keep pushing to make that happen. I know there's gonna be a lot of haters. They're gonna talk shit. So I ended up getting in contact with my dad. I ended up getting his number. And it was after I got out of prison. I hit up a lot of relatives on Facebook, and a lot of people didn't want to believe me. But then I took a DNA test through Ancestry.com, and I matched up directly with the main royal family in Saudi Arabia, which is Al Saud. You know what I mean? All my first, second cousins, I have like a second or first cousin on myheritage.com, and all my second cousins and third cousins are Al Saud and Al Saderi, which is the royal family. So I got my proof, I got DNA proof. I ended up getting in contact with my dad. I got his number, but things went downhill for me, and I ended up homeless. And I told him my situation, and I never heard back from him. And I ended up after that, I let the streets get to me, and I ended up fucking getting locked up and going to jail, and this time it was my fault. You know, I made a threat online, and I ended up getting locked up for it. I was mad because my dad rejected me. He didn't want to help me, and I ended up making a stupid threat. I ended up getting fucking 4 years with half for that shit. And I kept thinking about my dad too when I was locked up the whole time. I was like, you know, even though he's, you know, shying me on, he ain't helped me my whole life. You know, and when I got out, I tried to hit him up and he blocked me. So I'm fighting for inheritance. You know, I don't know what, you know, I heard he was sick. I don't know how he's doing right now, but I'm contacting attorneys. I do have rights. You know, I am entitled to inheritance and, you know, my legal rights out there. So I'm really hoping I can get that. And I'm just pushing. I'm just going to keep doing what I got to do. You know, it bothers me being poor and my dad being so rich. And, you know, I heard my brother drives a Ferrari. I heard from talking to my cousins and stuff, they told me a lot about my family and everything, my brothers and my dad. And they said he's a powerful man, you know, he's up there, you know. And they said my siblings have a lot of money, they're wealthy, you know, they're all silver spoons. And I'm doing bad, you know. So, hey, I'm just trying to be heard. Trying to be heard and trying to get my story out there, you know. My book is based off of my life and, like I said, the barrier between me and my dad. It describes how, like, when I was 11 years old, or 12 years old, I got put in the system and I was taken away from my mom. And that was, you know, before that, my mom changed her number, so my dad wasn't able to reach out to me no more. And I spent my whole teenage years in the system, running from group homes, and, you know, I've in and out of juvenile hall and later on in life, in and out of jail. And I describe my poor choices and also, you know, things that I've done good, and basically it's my life, you know, and I think everyone has the right to tell their story, you know, it's just up to them. So I'm doing it with mine, and mine is like no other, so I'm hoping I get the bestsellers, you know. So I'm gonna push for that and keep on going. Anyways, I know there's gonna be haters. I know there's gonna be people talking a lot of shit, and they're gonna look for any little thing in this video to try to bring me down, like maybe, you know, the way I say certain things or the way I'm looking, or, you know, it could be anything. But I'm not tripping, and just gonna keep on going. I already finished my book. I'm just typing it up, and then I'm gonna publish it and go from there. And I really wish I could, you know, be in my dad's life, but, you know, that barrier is because of adultery and me being born out of wedlock. You know, it's really hard. It's gonna be really hard for him to be able to accept me and let me go, you know, let me go visit the family and meet everyone. It's gonna be hard to do all that. I'll never be accepted. I got tattoos, you know, and I got a criminal record, so, you know, they don't they frown upon that kind of stuff. So, but I'm trying to get an attorney. I'm trying to fight for my rights. I want my inheritance, and I'm entitled to that, you know. So when he passes away, if I get that DNA test directly through an uncle or a brother or something, then I can get my share of that, which is the majority, because I'm the oldest son. So I'm just pushing, you know, I'm doing my thing. Anyways, thank you for everyone who decided to watch this video. And I know it's really, you know, it's hard to believe, but it's true. And I got my DNA proof, so just check it out and do your research. All right, y'all.